All right, guys, happy Wednesday and welcome to the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update.
You better get fired up.
All right, so we've seen a lot of changes with the market, and I want to make sure that you guys, my followers, are well ahead of everything that's going on. We've had so many changes in inventory. That's the big change right now, right? And we're going to go look it up. You're going to see if prices have been impacted. I'll tell you, as of 3 days ago when I last looked this up, prices had not been impacted. In fact, prices were still going up over the last 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days in Port St. Lucie. But inventory has gone up dramatically. When I looked a couple days ago, and we'll see what a new number is, when I looked a couple days ago, it was up 123% in 92 days. This is 94 days after I started tracking this, and we're going to see where we're at today. So I'm going to share my screen here. And what I'm going to do is I've got the MLS, right? So you can see everything that I'm seeing as a professional real estate agent. And we're going to come into Port St. Lucie in single-family homes. Now you can see right up here, there are 841 single-family homes available in Port St. Lucie. Look at all these green dots. Those are your available homes, right? It's a lot. Now, when I come down the calculator, I will tell you 94 days ago, there were 365. So 841 minus 365 divided by 365, you've got a 130% increase in the amount of inventory. That's a lot, folks. That's a lot. It hasn't impacted prices yet. We'll see, but it will. I promise. Now I'm going to go look up, and if you go look at my text that I had shared with my team and I posted on Facebook the other day, you'll see a lot of my thoughts, right, from what I'm seeing here. But I'm going to show you, okay, so on day one, which was 94 days ago, the median asking price was $465. All right, so median here would be number 421 on this list. So let's put it in order. What do we have, 465? Let's see where asking prices are now. The asking prices have come down a little bit. I'm talking about sales prices have remained strong. The asking prices have come down a little bit, and I'll tell you why I think they've come down here once we confirm if today's stats are the same. Number 421. So we were at 465. It had jumped up considerably. It was in the high fours. Now it's come back down to 470, 900. That's the median asking price on the market right now. Okay. The other day when I looked at this 2 days ago, it was 470. So it really hasn't changed a lot. But now let's go into sales. Over the last 90 days, as I'm doing these 7 days worth of sales, right? The previous 7 days, what I'm seeing is anywhere from 70 to 90 sales on average a week. Okay. So we're going to come in and I'm going to look at closed, and we're going to go back. 29 minus 7 is 22. And we've got 89. So sales are towards the higher end of what we've seen over the last 90 days. They're still strong. So you got to think, sales are really strong. Buyers are still buying. In fact, they're buying towards the higher end of the rate that they've been buying over the last 90 days. It's still strong. But so many people are coming on, so many sellers are coming onto the market with new listings that it is increasing the inventory significantly. Like I said, 130% in 94 days. That's a lot, right? So now the question is, what's happening to these sales prices? I'll tell you, on day one, which was 94 days ago, the median sales price was $379.9, right? Well, right here, it's going to be number 45 because we got 89 options. Let's see what the median price is now. Number 45 is at $4.25. It was $379.9 94 days ago. Now it's $4.25. That's $45,000 that median price has gone up just in 90 days. So if you're concerned about the sky is falling, I do think there is a trend of increasing inventory, and it's going so fast. I don't see it stopping. But if you're a seller and you've been on the fence and you've been waiting for that peak in the market, this is it, man. It could not be easier to see a peak in the market than right now, in my opinion. Inventory is going up, and it's going up incredibly fast. Prices are still going up, but eventually with inventory going up that much, it can't continue like that without prices either stopping and plateauing or coming down. Do I think we're going to see a 10, 20, 30% reduction in prices? Probably not, right? 3 to 5, maybe 8 is more probable, or a plateau is probable, in my opinion, based on what I've seen in the past. Could it happen? Anything can happen. We could see a 20% increase in prices, honestly. But my best guess is we're going to see a little bit of a plateau or a small pullback. Not enough to really scare people, but in all honesty, enough to help buyers be able to get into homes that they've been putting 10, 20, 30,000 over offers on, but there's been so much competition they haven't gotten one. Now they might have the ability to actually be the only one or maybe 2 people putting offers in on homes, right? For sellers, you're looking at 90 to 120 days of inventory is what you would call a neutral market. Let's go back here. We got 89 sales in 7 days. I forget what our number was at. Let's go to active 89. So 841 divided by 89. So we're looking at 66.1 days of inventory right now in Port St. Lucie. Still a very strong seller's market. We're spoiled by, or sellers are spoiled by, the incredibly strong market we've seen over the last 2 years, but that is a historical abnormality. It's something we haven't seen before. At any other time in real estate history in the United States, if I said we had a 60-day inventory, you'd say, wow, that's a really strong market for sellers, and it still is. Now, it's trending towards becoming a neutral market eventually, but we need 30 more days of inventory. And if I have my crystal ball and I'm just guessing, and this is going to get me in trouble because you're never going to guess it accurately, I'm guessing we're looking at probably 6 to 9 months from now, if we stay in the same trajectory, is where we're going to see that neutral market come in. That it's not really a seller's market or a buyer's market. It's a pretty neutral market, right? So if you are a seller and you're on the fence, you're thinking, man, should I do this? Should I not do this? If your decision, your motivation is solely based on, I want to make as much money as possible and I want to sell at the peak, this, in my opinion, is the peak, and there's a lot of data to support it. We'll never know until 2, 3, 4 years has gone by and we look at it in the history, in the past. But right now I'm seeing everything that indicates this is the peak. This is the time before prices have declined to get your home on the market, right? If you're a buyer, how scary is it right now? I'll tell you, when I put a home on the market 6 months ago, if it was priced where it was supposed to be and it was dressed up nice, we had professional photos, everything else, you were looking at probably 30 to 50 showings in 3 to 5 days. And you were looking at double digits offers, maybe 10, maybe 20, somewhere in there. You were looking at selling at a minimum 10 grand over, and you probably didn't have an inspection contingency, and you probably had some level, if not all of the appraisal shortage covered, right? So if an appraisal came in 10, 20, 30 grand under, the buyer would be willing to cover all or a portion of that. Now I'm getting maybe 6 to 8 showings, maybe 10 if it's priced right, which is still strong. And I'm getting 1 or 2 offers, which is still strong. But those offers tend to be at asking maybe 10 grand over. Not seeing a lot of offers more than 10 grand over. I saw one 11 grand over the other day, but I'm not seeing a lot that are 10 grand over. I haven't experienced one under asking yet, but I've got a lot of friends who are. A lot of friends in the industry who are saying that's what's happening. So guys, sellers, this is the peak. Buyers, if you've been struggling and you still need to go into a home and you've put in 1, 2, 3, 4 offers and that hasn't worked out, I promise you, keep going. In the next 30 days, you'll go under contract. And not only will you go under contract, but you'll do it by having 1.3 times more inventory to choose from than you had 90 days ago, which is pretty good, right? Guys, if you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, anything like that, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is, feel free to put it down in the comments. I will always get back to you with your questions, right? If you've got any statistics you'd like me to pull, maybe you've got a pool home and you want me to look up pool home stats. You got a big old garage that's detached. It's very unique. You want me to pull numbers on that? I can happily do that. Whatever you guys want, I want this to be valuable to you. You let me know what you want. We'll make it happen. Other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday. Take care.